You know, for me, where my faith comes into play in my work is when I'm on set. What's important to me is how I interact with the people I work with. I'm acting, I'm playing. Sometimes I play some, like that movie you referenced, you know, Stranger Beside Me. I played like a rapist Navy guy. But to dive into that character as a man of faith I like that. I love that challenge. Or Travis Tanner on Suits. I mean, that guy's an asshole and I love it. He's fun. He's misunderstood, I should say. It's, again, it comes back to that thing where everybody matters. The PA who's running coffee, they want to be the director next year. They want to be something. They don't want to run coffee the rest of their career in Hollywood, and you want to encourage them and you want them to make them feel validated. I've had some really cool, when I'm directing, I've had some really cool suggestions come from someone who's the coffee runner. So I don't know if you remember 4 or 5 years ago, there was this false missile scare in Hawaii. And Jim Carrey, I just watched a video, Jim Carrey was in Hawaii and his assistant called him and was freaking out. She goes, 15 minutes and it's over. And he's like, what? She tells him what's happening. And he goes, well, there's no way we have enough time to get together for me to get in my car and for us all to get to the plane, right? Yeah. He says, we're gonna die on the road. So he went out on the lanai of where he was staying, and he said, and I just started listing everything I was grateful for. And I was like, dude, I go, that's awesome. I know for a fact that guy's had his own suffering. Pressure that comes with having to be that funny. He's the closest to like Robin Williams that I can think of. That mind of just being that quick and just being that funny. The pressure to be that funny all the time. The bottom line is the worst thing that ever happened to me was losing my brother. There's just, you know, no comparison to having something like that happen. But I have a feeling Christopher would be saying to me, dude, no, I don't want to come back, bro. Seriously, yeah. He's like, he goes, I can't wait till you get here. That would be the worst thing. I don't know that I've gotten to the point where I know the best thing that's come out of it yet.
If I could take Sage back for 30 seconds and give everything on, I would take it. But I can see the blessings in it. I'm sure you're finding some of them too. Painful. Yeah. And it's a journey, and yeah, I have bad days. There's some days just suck.
Yeah, there's days where there's that overwhelming sense of missing your loved one who's gone.
My friend Tim O'Neill says, you're having a bad day, not a bad life.
I was talking to you guys when we took a break earlier about grieving well. And there are people that like you guys, it is painful and as terrible as your experience was, you've taken your grief and you've turned it into something positive for others. You're sharing your journey with others, getting involved outside of this, you know, and the things you've done, the men's group, you know, for dads who've lost kids, you know. You could have just imploded in yourselves and hide out in your house here and not done anything and just been miserable. And you haven't done that. You've taken, you know, you've allowed God to use your life to make a difference. And I found my mom, I always tell this about my mom. She looks at a mud puddle and she finds the beauty in it.
The pandemic, I feel that with Sage, because he died during the pandemic at a time where we couldn't go to AA meetings. He was going regularly and we were good and he couldn't go. My biggest regret, period, is that I let that pandemic affect my behavior. I will never let my spirituality, my serenity be affected by fear, because of all the things that I could go back on and regret. You know, you twist through that. We did a lot of good things. Nobody's perfect, but I really regret that I let that pandemic affect my behavior and made me fearful. I'm not fearful of that, and I won't be again.